Okay, we are about to do 18.5 balancing redox reactions. This is what your worksheet looks like. I'm going to try to draw on the worksheet so you'll be writing along with me. The basic idea here is there are some redox reactions that you can't balance by inspection, meaning the way that I taught you last year, the way you've always been doing it. So you need another method. This is the other method. If you want to see another example of this, here is, you could look at this example in the book, check that out, and you can see another one done after I finish this one. So we're going to be following these steps, so you can refer up to those steps. I'm going to get to where it's blank so I can write. All right, so step one says write the net ionic equation. Usually you're given something that's net ionic. If you're not, then go ahead and make it net ionic. Just get rid of the spectators to make your life a little easier. So we're going to have MnO4 minus plus C2O4 2 minus, and that yields Mn2 plus CO2. So if you want to pause for a minute and try to balance this, you can give it a whirl. You'll find it's not straightforward as things in the past have been. So that's why we have another method. All right, step two says separate the net ionic into two half reactions. So I'm just going to pull it apart into two half reactions. I see MnO4 here, so MnO4 minus. And I would think this Mn2 plus would make something good on the product side. They both have manganese. They probably belong in the same half reaction. The other half reaction would include the C2O4 2 minus and the CO2. So just divide it up. Then step three says balance each half reaction. So it's got four parts there. The first part, part A, says balance all elements that can be balanced by inspection. So looking at the first half reaction, I see manganese on the left, I see manganese on the right. There's one on each side, it's balanced. I just balanced what I could balance by inspection. Part B says add H2O to balance oxygen atoms. So there's O4 on the left side there, but there's no oxygen on the right side. So we're going to need some oxygen. We'll need 4H2O on the right side to balance out those oxygens. Alrighty, step C says add H plus to balance H atoms. So we just added eight hydrogens on the right side. Again, there's nothing to balance it out, so we're going to have to put some over here, 8H plus. Then step D says add electrons to balance charges. So let's look at the charges we have. On the left side, I have 8 positives and a negative. That's going to be sum up for a total of 7 positive on the left. On the right, there's 2 positive. You're going to add electrons to this. That means you're adding negative charges. So you want to try to make it be the same charge on each side. Well, if I was to add 5 electrons over to the left side, then I'm going to end up with a net of 2 positive on both sides. So pause if you need to, check it out, think about it, make sure that we have +2 charge on both sides of this reaction. All right, that was one of the half reactions. We now have to do step 3 for the other half reaction. It says, part A, balance all elements that can be balanced by inspection. Well, I've got 2 carbons on the left, only 1 on the right, so let me put a coefficient of 2 there, and I just balance the carbons. Let's check out the oxygen. Oh, that worked out great. I have 4 oxygens on each side as well, so that part is balanced. That was pretty easy. I don't need to add anything to balance out oxygen, so I'm not going to add H2O. I don't need to balance out any hydrogen, so I'm not adding H+. So I'm on part D. It says add electrons to balance charges. So let's check out the charges again. Left side, C2O4 2 minus, so it's a net of 2 minus. Right side is going to need 2 electrons. All right, done with step 3. Step 4 says that we're going to add these half reactions together and we're going to need them to balance. You're going to need the electrons to cancel. Well, at this point, they're not going to cancel. So we're going to have to multiply this reaction by 2 and we're going to have to multiply this reaction by 5. Then we can add them together. Scroll up a little bit. All right, now the electrons are supposed to cancel out. I've got 2 times 5 is 10 electrons on the left. I have 5 times 2 is 10 electrons on the right, so I'm not writing those down. The H plus, 2 times 8 gives me 16 H plus. Then I have 2 of the permanganate ions, and I have 5 of the C2O4 2 minus. On the right side, I have 2 Mn2 plus and 8 H2O and 10 CO2, because that's 5 times 2. Alrighty, I added it together. Step 5 says, if the reaction is, quote, in acidic solution, you are finished. Notice that there are 16 hydrogen ions on the left side. So clearly this is in an acidic solution because it has an excess of hydrogen in it. I don't really know why, but this is the way they're set up. Redox reactions generally happen in acidic solutions or basic solutions. So if it tells you that it's an acidic solution, great, this is your answer, you are done. But step 6 says if it's in a basic solution, then you need to cancel out those 16 hydrogens. You need to get rid of them so that you can have an excess of hydroxide instead. So the best way to cancel those out is to add 16 hydroxides to them. If you add 16 hydroxide on both sides, okay, that's still balanced because I had the same thing on both sides, but the 16H plus and the 16OH minus, well, those add up to be 16 water molecules, 16H2O. So now we have 16H2O on the left and 8H2O on the right, which is going to give me a net of 8H2O on the left, plus the permanganates, plus the 5 oxalates, 2 manganese ions. Those 8 waters are gone. Still have the 10 CO2 and plus 16 OH minus. So that's now the answer if it's supposed to be in basic solution. Okay, so I'm going to change my pen color really quick. This that I'm circling right here, this is the answer if they say they want it in acidic solution. Now what I'm circling, this is the answer if they say they want it in basic solution. And that's it. So I think step 3 is really the most important step, the thing we really have to remember. So I just look at it as put water in to balance oxygen, H plus in to balance hydrogen, electrons to balance charge. So that's what I try to remember. Water, H plus, electrons, in that order. And then after that, it's not too bad. So if you flip your worksheet over, you'll find classwork on the other side that you need to do. And then we also gave you some other things to refer to if you feel like you need more practice. You can try the homework, completely optional. If the 4 classwork is enough for you and you feel like you got it, then that's good enough for me.